You're on air with Jaimee, the place for industry leaders ready to scale to 7 figures and beyond. Today's show is brought to you by The Shift, my one-on-one intensive session to completely shift the trajectory of your business in just 7 days. Let's dive straight into my little journal reading for today because holy moly, as always, this is powerful. Your unique views will change the world. You have magic others don't. Ask the how. It's the most powerful question you can ask. The how does matter. Ask the how, embody the energy, take the action, surrender to faith and trust. Magic is all around you. Silence the noise and feel it. You are the guide, the leader, the authority. It requires nothing more than for you to simply be. Go and dream, decide what you want to create, and know that it is done. The timing is up to you. How fast will you move? How quickly can you embody the energy? It's honestly the perfect segue into the episode that I have for you today. And that is all about the discomfort that lies in the up level. Last week, I spoke all about being able to sit in creative tension. And I mentioned that it's fucking uncomfortable. And I really want to dive into that more today. Because the truth is that there are so many up levels that will occur while you're in that period of creative tension, of working towards your desires. There are so many iterations of you that will come and go and be integrated and up leveled. And I feel like online it is glorified and people are just really glorifying, is the only word I have, obviously, glorifying the journey of entrepreneurship and really not acknowledging how uncomfortable it actually is when you are in the trenches of actually shifting things. Now, I'm speaking purely from experience in this episode. Everything that I have to share with you is a pure reflection of what I have gone through so many times in the past, but also what I'm currently going through, or hopefully by the time you're listening to this, what I've been through because I've shifted through the other side of it, but you just don't know sometimes how long that is going to take. I feel like people talk about quantum leaping as being, and I say this all the time, but like I really want to drive this home. I feel like people really speak about quantum leaping as being these big, massive changes in your energy, in your business, in your decisions, in your reality. And while, yes, that absolutely is a quantum leap, duh, a quantum leap is also the tiny shifts that you make, the tiny pivots, the tiny changes in energy. Literally, every time you make a different decision, every time you start the day and do something different to what you originally planned, you shift timelines, you quantum leap. And it is often not this big, glorious, life-changing thing, but instead, the overarching quantum leap, that big shift between where you are now and where you desire to be, is a series of consistent small quantum leaps. And I'm telling you that while, yes, some quantum leaps are just like, poof, you wake up and you feel magical and you've made a decision and everything is amazing, others do not feel that way. And I think that it's really time that we speak about this and speak to the actual feelings and things that will come up when you are in this period of growth. Everyone wants to level up. Everyone's out there, spruiking on their Instagram like, holy moly, new level just arrived, new level unlocked. Nobody's talking about what the fuck it feels like when you are in the trenches of that. It is not glorious. It is just, it's almost like, okay, this card that has consistently come up for my beautiful friend Laura and I is the void. And that is often what it feels like, a void. You know what you need to do, but you don't have the energy to do it. You can't be fucked doing it. You have so much resistance to doing the things that you need to do. And the funniest thing for me in this last period of up level is that it's been so different to the last, few that I've gone through. So in the past, I would meet a new edge and I would start to go back into all of my old thought processes of like, I'm not good enough. Who am I to do this? I can't create content because I don't know what to say. Like, I don't feel like a leader, all of that stuff, right? And that they're really normal stories to come up. Really normal stories to come up. What's not normal is to sit in them and to allow them to keep you out of action for long periods of time, right? That's when we've got a problem. But it is really normal when you're going through these periods of growth, when you're meeting yourself at a new edge, that you will feel a shit ton of resistance, right? It's your subconscious throwing up the red flags, trying to keep you safe. Your subconscious doesn't want you to grow because it is not comfortable. There is no comfort in growth. There is absolutely no comfort in growth, except knowing that on the other side of it is the things that you desire, is that one step closer to having that dream life, that big vision that you are thinking about, that you've, got on your Pinterest vision board, right? That's the only comfort that you can take in growth. The actual feels of it when you're in the moment is uncomfortable as fuck. Okay, remembering your subconscious just wants to keep you safe. It wants to keep you in your comfort zone where it is predictable and it knows what to expect. Okay, and so when we go through these periods of meeting ourselves at a new edge, these stories are going to come up, causing, remember last week I spoke about psychological tension. That is these limiting beliefs, these stories, the conditioning, the shit that keeps you stuck in your comfort zone. That is psychological tension. And its purpose is, again, to keep you safe, to keep you in that comfort zone. And honestly, dealing with that is so uncomfortable in itself because you have to go into those. You have to reprogram them. You have to really decide whether you're going to allow yourself to sit in comfort, which is uncomfortable in itself, right? Being stuck in your comfort zone, feeling stagnant for long periods of time, like that's uncomfortable enough as it is. Or you choose to move through it, to reprogram it, to shift the identity and grow through the other side. Now, what's different for me this time is that the stories and the beliefs are so different. Instead of, I don't know what to say, like I don't know enough, it's holy fuck, I know so much and I have so much to say that I just don't even know where to start. What a fucking shift. Like, what a shift. That there is a testament to the work that I do and the growth that I've been able to have for myself. I still see so many people stuck in those beliefs of like, I don't know enough. I need to learn something else. I need to go and study something else before I can be successful. And I was there. That's how I know that that's a thing, right? I was there. And now I'm at the place where I'm like, fuck, I know so much. I don't even know where to start. And that is resistance in itself. And let me tell you, it's almost this whole different level. It's so fucking weird when you know that you know everything. Not everything. When you know that you know so much, when you know that you really are an expert in the thing that you speak about, and then you're like, but I just don't honestly know what to say. It feels so fucking weird. And I know that other people get this. I know that you listening to this on some level, you get this. You've either been there or you've experienced it or you've witnessed it. And if you haven't experienced it yet, buckle up because it's coming, right? Sitting in this zone feels so weird. And the thing is that for me, I've been really going between like, how do I move through this? Because there is a period of needing to honor your energy. And, it feels draining. Like sitting in this zone of growth is so draining on your energy. And in the beginning, I was really resisting it because I was like, no, I do not believe that people should just get sick every time they quantum leap, every time they grow. I feel like that is a sign of dysregulation within the body that actually could be prevented if we actually fucking looked after our human. If we actually prioritized health and wellness and reprogramming our beliefs and shifting our energy, I do believe that we actually could prevent the big energy dips that come from these periods of growth, the illness that come from these periods of growth, right? And so I've been putting so much effort into my health and wellness lately. Like your girl's popping the pills, right? I've got my green drink every morning. I'm taking my mushroom elixir. I'm literally doing all the things, drinking the water, moving my body, exercising. Today, I've done this massive energy shifting, energy clearing exercise and literally cleared the energy of my entire house. And all of that is fine. But there is a point, right, where you need to decide, am I feeling drained and I need to rest? Or am I feeling resistance and I actually need to move? And only you can tell. Only you within your body can really know where you're sitting. And so I think that this is something that's really important to speak to because, again, I don't see people talking about this. What I see is hashtag listen to your body, hashtag rest when you know you need to rest. Life is polarity. There is duality in being a human. Absolutely. Being a human is highs and it is lows and it is, energy dips and all the rest of it, right? That is also normal. Yes. But at what point do you draw the line in the sand and recognize that maybe you're not actually just in a lull? You're not actually just sitting in an energy dip. And I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4, by the way. So that's a testament to everything that I'm speaking here. But there is a point where you need to decide that you're actually playing into your resistance and you're playing into your fear and you're playing into your fucking comfort zone that you are working to get out of. And that is where I've been. So over the period of 2 weeks, I feel like my entire business has blown up. I made the decision to shut down offers that I had just freshly created and literally had people pay to be in for an entire year, shut down because it wasn't aligned. And I'm not here to play into things that are not aligned, right? I've completely pivoted my ideal dream client, right? I'm speaking to a whole new person, a whole new level. And that means bringing a whole new level of content, a whole new level of insight, of education, of inspiration, and of really sharing everything I know that will change your entire world, right? This is me stepping through a period of actually playing small, despite all of the episodes that I've created in the past on, playing big and stepping out of my comfort zone and doing all the things. I recognized that I was still playing small. And so that has actually been the prompt for this most recent pivot, which I'm totally happy to talk more about. If you want to hear about that, DM me over on Instagram and I will create an episode. But I have made these shifts, literally archived my entire Instagram because I was like, it just doesn't feel aligned. It's not right. It's not an accurate representation of me. And I need to start fresh. I'm hitting the reset button. And then what followed that decision was this period of 2 weeks so far of I've got nothing. Like I cannot bring myself to put my face to stories. I cannot bring myself to go live. I cannot create content. I cannot do anything. I feel so fucking stuck. But like I said, in a totally different energy to how I felt stuck in the past. And it's been so weird in this void, right? I've had this desire to move, this desire to create and build momentum and do all the things, but the desire was not backed up by energy. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know I'm a projector. And so this is normal for me to go through these lulls of energy, right? So I was like, okay, like I'm just going to hashtag listen to my body, let myself rest, do all the things. And today I've recognized that enough is enough. I've rested for 2 weeks. The discomfort is actually just getting worse. And now I realize I'm no longer sitting in an energy lull. I am sitting in pure fucking resistance. Because for me, this next pivot, this next evolution of my business actually means a full evolution of myself to a whole new level, to a whole new standard. And the truth is, it's scary as fuck. Like, let's just keep it real. Growth is scary. And it feels uncomfortable to even admit that. But for as long as you resist those feelings and resist those emotions and try to push it all down instead of just rewrite it and shift the energy, you will not be able to move. I literally created a story a few weeks ago now that was your ability to move in business, the speed at which you move in your business is directly related to the speed at which you can transcend your limitations, right? This is not hustle. This is not saying you can't sit in energy lulls and allow yourself to grow comfortably. That's fine. But at some point, you need to draw the line in the sand and recognize that you're no longer just sitting in an energy lull. You are sitting in resistance. You are sitting in psychological tension, and it is keeping you from being in your creative energy. So you're probably sitting there thinking, okay, cool. Like, how the fuck do I know? And I want to say, good question. Good question, because it is really difficult to tell what is what. And as a coach, or if you have a coach, they're probably able to help guide you through this. I know I can definitely guide people through it, but there is absolutely an element of your self-awareness that you cannot escape in order to really be able to tell what is going on here for you. So for me, the feeling in the body is completely different. When you are in an energy lull, when you're just going through a period of growth and you need to, hermit away a little bit. Actually, the analogy that a friend and I have been using is like the cocooning of a caterpillar before it transforms into a butterfly, right? The caterpillar is all out and loud and proud, and then it actually cocoons away in order to go through the transformation. And while it is totally okay in our actual world of being a human to go through this evolution online and openly, sometimes it feels good to actually cocoon away, to go into hermit mode, to just rest and chill and allow things to flow. Okay. And the truth is that in your body, that will feel light. You'll just know that you're in a period of growth, that your energy is just not there yet, but that you can literally feel things starting to shift, like you're getting ready to move back into momentum. Now, the speed at which you move through that is entirely up to you. But you cannot expect to have a business that is collapsing time and quantum leaping and fast tracked if it's going to take you weeks and weeks and weeks to move through these things. If you have to journal every fucking day for hours on end in order to move through this shit, you cannot expect to be able to collapse time in your business. The time that it takes to build things in your business is directly related to your ability to transcend this shit and embody the energy of the new version, of that next level, right? And there's no way around that. But the speed is up to you. The way around it is to use powerful reprogramming exercises like the Superconscious Recode, where we can shift through this stuff in literally 10 minutes. And you're probably thinking, Jaimee, well, why the fuck have you wasted 2 weeks of your life when you could have just recoded yourself? And I'm going to say that is also a really good question, because here's the thing. I didn't recognize that that wasn't where I was. I thought, I'm just in this period of growth. I'm just going with the flow. I'm just chilling, ready to, kind of like the slingshot, right? When you're slingshotting, you pull back in order to shoot forward. And so often I feel before this like big period of momentum, this big period of growth, I find I do pull back. I do naturally retract. And I see it online all the time. People do this. It's not just me. For me, I recognized today that that's not actually where I was anymore. That this period of pullback had actually caused me to be anchored there, anchored into resistance, anchored into psychological tension, anchored into BS stories and beliefs that now had me stuck back at this pullback point. And so I had the option of, okay, well, do I just keep going with the flow? Do I just keep allowing things to shift? Or do I do something to fucking change up the energy? And of course, that's what I did. I've literally spent the day doing a full energetic clearing of my entire house. I will go and do a recode before I fall asleep tonight. Your girl's had a nap. She's done all the things. She's listened to, had energetic healings, all sorts of things, right? To fully shift this energy, to go back into the period of momentum, to allow the release of the slingshot so that I can fucking soar forwards. So I want you to flag this episode. Number one is a bit of a pick-me-up, because even though it's not so much like inspirational, but I want you to know that when you're in these periods of discomfort, it's because it's okay to be uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. But you know what's more uncomfortable? Staying fucking stuck where you are. And so instead of being like, I could be so hard on myself right now and be like, girlfriend, you've wasted 2 weeks now. You've wasted 2 weeks sitting on your hands, doing nothing, because you were allowing yourself to play into this growth energy when you could have just shifted through it. Okay, cool. Like, I can't do anything about that now. And instead of beating myself up about it and, digging that hole deeper and forcing myself back into that resistance again, but from a different standpoint, I'm just going to let it go. Because that's actually the key, to just let shit go and keep moving forward, right? But I want you to really know that you can feel this in your body. If you are sitting in resistance, you can feel it in your body. It feels heavy. It feels like you know what to do, but you cannot bring yourself to do it. That is resistance. That is not, I just need to let my energy prosper. That is not duality. That is resistance. And it is literally you holding yourself back. Now, if you are stuck in this period, know, number one, that it's totally okay. It's totally normal. We all go through these phases. Don't beat yourself up. Send love to yourself, your past self, if you've been there before. It's totally cool. But you get to shift through it, and you get to shift through it with speed. I desire to move fast, and I am calling in women who also desire to move fast. I'm not talking about hustle. I'm talking about moving with speed in your own lane, running at your own pace towards your desires, not getting caught up in all of this BS. So if this is you and you've been listening like, holy shit, this is me. I'm stuck in resistance. I know all the things. I know exactly what I need to do, but I can't fucking bring myself to do it. I've got something for you. I literally created a one-on-one intensive session for this energy. It is next level. We literally spend 2 to 3 hours together, deep diving into everything that is going on, reconnecting you to your vision, because often we've gotten complacent with that. We've gotten comfortable with, where we thought we were heading, and we need to shake it up and reconnect. And then we shift your identity. We remove the resistance. We have an entire week together to talk it out, to integrate it all. And we finish the week off with another recode to reprogram anything else that might have come up over the week. I'm telling you, this 7 days will literally change the trajectory of your business if you are stuck in this energy. So the link for that is in my show notes. If you have any questions about that session, reach out on Instagram. I respond to all my DMs. Your girls are solo over here. And we can get you booked in so that you can shift through this energy and be back in momentum. Because momentum is where the magic happens.